exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
Gotta kick the tires, light the fires. Make sure this bird's ready to fly. That's how you pull a pre-flight on an aircraft. Make sure it's airworthy. Go out there and you kick the tires, and you light the fires.
Driver, every chance I get. You can't change nothing if you don't do that. I pay my taxes even when it hurts.
And it hurts every time.
Sometimes I think though it's just
Anyway, baby, guess what? It's Thursday, baby, and I'm so glad y'all are here. Irene Lambert was the first one to jump in, followed by Dorothy Tyndall, Randy Peterson up in Missouri. He's in a Missouri pig today. Randy, take care of yourself. Be careful on the road. Can't wait for you to get back. Want to get together and do some plucking. Anyway, Linda Gallup is here. Crystal Harmony. Thank you, baby. I like that name. Ain't that cute? Bart Larson, the remixtress, is with us. I like that name, too. Let me see. Michael Johnson, KY, thank you for being here. Robert Arnold. Jeanette Miller's here. Nancy Halverson. Let me see. Bruce Preston is here. Mildred Ocasio, thank you. Irene was here already. Let me see. Carol Lowe, thank you for being here. Penny Hartleman. I'm getting it better, Penny. Don't worry. After a while being here, it'll just roll off my tongue like nothing. Anyway, Big Iron 88, thank you for being here. We want your game. Anyway, glad to be in here. My mouth's not working, and I have a reason for it. Donald Hamilton is here. My mouth ain't working right. Linda Gallup, thank you. Randy's up. He's up there visiting. Jay Clayton and Stephanie Dean. They're going to move over to the big TV so they can see my handsome face. Yeah, that's the reason. That's why. Let me see. Karen Van Wyck. Look how many times. Look, ask Karen, Penny, how long it took me. Uncle Fatty is here. Let me see. I got to get down here to the bottom. The chat is just going nuts. Oh boy, howdy shit. George Murray's here. It's flying by. Kelly Clark is here. I can only see Mitch Goldstein, thank you for being here. Let me see, and Jamie Thomas just jumped in. Anyway, what's going on? Well, shit, first of all, y'all are going to have to bear with me this evening. My son Tyler has a thing coming up, and he is learning how to make frozen margaritas, so Dad's the taste tester. Doing a fine job, too. Anyway, before we get started, I got mail. I got mail from Alan Roberts. I get this all the time, and I appreciate it so much. It's called Funny Times, and it's a political magazine, a little cartoon thing. A lot of information in this thing. There's jokes, there's articles, there's serious. It is a grand place to get a lot of news from you. So, Alan, I appreciate that tremendously. What else was I doing? Nothing. Except suffering the agony and the way I take it on the chin for y'all. I swear I sat up last night, watched the whole freaking GOP debate, saw all 5 of them up on the stage there. I thought they was going to go to fisticuffs, but nope. Just slinging mud back and forth at each other. But, yeah, I watched the whole debate of all the people that, I don't know, hope that Donnie goes to jail, that somehow they have a chance or a shot at. Yeah, I didn't see anybody worthy of it. Anyway, we had a great time on Tuesday with the election results there. I'm still grinning about that shit. Uh, Holy shit, what's good news today? We're going to discuss this later on today. A brothel, a high-end brothel. Are you shitting me? This is what Are You Shitting Me is made for. Really? High-end? You had to really check in, show who you are, kind of prove, give them your bank information, your driver's license copy, all that stuff. Prove who you are so you could get on the list. Whoo, baby, guess what? You're on the list. And I can't wait to see who's on that list. What got me is the tech CEOs, law enforcement officials, high-end law enforcement officials, elected officials. You don't think everybody wants to see that list now? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Anyway, in other news, as I said, the big Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin's decided not to run, and that's going to throw a wrench into everything. I have my ideas about why he wants to do that. And then breaking news right before I turned on the TV, I look over there and see some story about there's a letters with fentanyl, laced with fentanyl, being mailed to election officers. Really? We're going that way now. Ain't that just freaking grand?
Lord.
Boy, howdy shit. Yeah, it's gonna get bad before it gets worse. Hello, Bernadette.
Hi, John. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit.
That's
That's
some
all I
crazy
gotta
shit.
say about that.
That's what the hell? That's what we got to look
Yeah.
forward to. But there's a lot.
Yeah, but
going on.
there is.
There's a lot.
I'm still recuperating from last night and watching that
Did
clown
you watch?
show.
I did the whole damn thing.
Before we talk about the clown, you want to talk
Yes.
about election?
Dude, is there anything that happened during the elections that really stood out to y'all?
There was one for me.
There was.
Yeah.
There was a lot of elections going on. Where are you talking about in Virginia or in
No.
Ohio? No.
No.
What might you be thinking about?
How about Monroe, New York?
Monroe, New York had an election. They
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
indeed. Look up at that
They
screen,
did.
baby. Aaron won. Aaron won. Aaron Trombley, our blue dot from Monroe, New York, running for town council or town clerk up there, won by how much? Anybody know?
A lot.
Oh my!
A landslide, baby.
It was a landslide.
I think I looked. If I remember correctly, it was she had. Now this is a small community, mind you. There was only 3,000 something votes cast anyway. Aaron got over 2,359, I want to say. The next person to her with a Republican got 900 and something votes. Ooh, I think they
How
got a
about
trumping. How about that stuff? And that is
our own blue dot got elected.
got elected, baby. And we are
Yeah,
so
proud of her.
proud. We are indeed. It just tickled us to death. Bill Joins called me. He texted me first, and then he called me on the phone. We were both having a grand time. There's change in the wind, but boy, howdy! This morning there was a hole in the sail, so we got to repair that shit because we got things to do. But I am so tickled to death of Aaron Trombley for winning that election, and I think it's just the first. I think it's just the first election.
She'll move on up.
I think so. I really do. Anyway, let's troll the. I see.
But there was some other crap.
What other crap?
Well, Miss a fucking Ippy.
Mississippi?
No, Miss a fucking Ippy.
I have a feeling the story irritated you a bit.
Oh, it did. Hines County ran out of ballots in like 9 precincts.
9? Oh, really?
And they were trying to print them. They're hot off the press, right? They're printing them. They were taking them 100 at a time to each precinct, but hours would go by between another 100 coming. And then there was the judge shit show. There's a writers' votes group down there that said, hey, we need to keep the polls open longer because these people have been standing here for 2 hours and they still haven't gotten in yet.
To no fault of their own.
And I think they're usually only open until 7. So they got them to keep it open until 8, but there was still lines going on, and they were trying to get them to keep it open until 9. In the meantime, the Mississippi Republican group or Republican Party is calling the judges saying, you can't do that. You can't keep them up. No,
Really?
Yeah, back and forth,
Wow.
back and forth. Who
Republican-
knows whether everybody got to vote or not? And that's just not right.
It ain't right. Because we could do better, and there's better systems that we could do to make this system, the whole
We already
process.
know how it,
Yes.
we've seen the process work in several states. There are several states that are doing this right, and there's not a problem at all. And
Tell
there's
me
no fraud.
that you
And
can
there's
do all your banking online with all of your money, but we can't
Yes.
figure out a vote.
Well, and here the Republicans are the biggest screamers of
Yes.
cheating and rigging and whatever, and look what they do.
Yep.
Look what
Yeah.
they do.
It's what they do. All right, before we welcome everybody else in the room here, let me thank Mega Wet Willie, who just came in with a $5 donation and said, here's wishing for a speedy recovery of the Commandant of the Marine Corps having a heart attack from stress thanks to Tubby Bill. Tubby shit. That guy. Yes, that's what I was speaking about the other day. This guy he's juggling 3 freaking jobs. 3 major jobs, superior offices that he's having to juggle command of. And yes, he had a heart attack. Thanks, Tommy Tubby shit. Tubby Bill. Thank you. Thank you, Mega Wet Willie. I appreciate it. Let's see. We have Mitch Goldstein and Aussie Dave in the room. How lucky in the hell can we be?
Hey, what's up?
We're very lucky.
Very lucky, I think.
Good
Welcome,
evening.
gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening, Bob.
Thank you.
How y'all doing?
Hello, Mitch. All right. All right. I want just want to make sorry,
Go
Mitch.
ahead.
Were you saying something?
No, go ahead.
Not me.
Go ahead, Dave.
All right. I just want to say condolences to the family of the mayor in Alabama, Bubba Copeland, who committed suicide
Yes.
because of the awful misuse of the media by the GOP and through people like Breitbart that drive people to this.
Yeah, for
and
those that don't know.
he wasn't a bad man.
No, he wasn't. He was a mayor. I don't want to. How do you say it? Cross-dress?
Cross-dressing, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
At home.
He cross-dressed at home, in the privacy of his home, and some pictures of him got out in the Republican Party, and Breitbart and others used those pictures to attack him and humiliate him in front of his community until it came to the point that he took his own life. That I don't give a shit who you are, right, left, center, I don't give a fuck. You're an asshole. You're scum. You're just the worst excuse for human freaking beings in this fucking planet is people that do that kind of shit. And I hope it turns around and bites them on the ass. Not in this case, but in this brothel case, this high-end brothel case. How many of you want to think that there might be a Republican or a senator or 2 on there? You know.
Well, that list of people on what's his name's aeroplane seemed to disappeared, didn't it? That book of people,
what's his
the
name?
island and all that.
Yeah.
That all went dead, didn't it?
It got a lot of people, and just Mr. Life expectancy is not. Yeah, I don't know what's going to come of this. We're going to see the people that ran the brothel. We're going to see those people. I'm just wondering how many people on that list are we going to see? How many people are going to be exposed for the hypocrisy of their own, decisions?
Not me.
Not me either. I'm not on those. I can't afford that shit. Are you
I got
kidding
nothing
me?
to be ashamed of at all.
I'm just.
I'm not on no fucking list anyway.
I'm on a lot
Thank
of
you.
people's shit list, but fuck them. I don't give a shit. I can kiss off.
But you got 147 Republicans on a list
Yeah.
for January 6th.
I consider their screw over much more serious than whoever's on this list.
And but my point is, nothing was done about them. When Jeffrey Epstein got caught, and he had quite the list, but you don't see anything done about it. And the forefront runner of the Republican Party was on that list. but it seems to be okay with America
Those stories
as
fade
long
away.
as if it's a Republican, it's okay if it's a Republican.
Oh, but if it's
It's
a
okay if it's one of them.
But Hunter's
Hey, hey, when
I am
it's
not.
a Democrat, when it's a Democrat, and like we have one right now under indictment, okay? The
Indeed.
Democrats are calling for him to stand up and do the right thing. So I don't see the same thing coming out of the Republican Party.
no.
No, I think integrity got up and left a long time ago. But I'm not, don't think for a minute that
And
whoever's
as
on
far
this
as
list is all Republican. I can
this
just about bet
gentleman
your
down
ass.
in Alabama, the mayor, his name was Bubba Copeland. Um, condolence, my condolences to his family.
Our family's condolences to him, his family.
It's horrible, absolutely horrible that this man was pushed to that limit. But and this is why we do need to stand up and protect one another in this country, because this is outrageous to have somebody outed like that. It was nobody's business but his own.
No,
And he should have been
and to
able
what
to
end?
feel comfortable enough to do whatever the hell he wanted to in his own home.
To
This
what end?
constant judging of people
What Boebert done
in-
in a public theater was worse.
Yeah, that's out in the public theater.
and yet
Yeah, there you
this
go.
chick is still in office and running again.
Yeah.
My point exactly.
There
If
you
it's
go.
a Republican, it's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay.
But the people,
But they try to
the people,
treat
the
it like
American
it
people
is.
are waking up to it. The American people, I feel, after this last election you
We
guys
need to
just
wake
had,
up, Dave.
I think you're waking up to it. Slowly.
The news
But,
today about Joe Manchin, and who knows, maybe the stories are related. Who knows? Joe Manchin, I'm just saying he has that big old yacht right down there in D.C. He drives his Maserati or whatever the hell it is. Anyway, he's not going to run, and that's going to leave that state open. That seat open. We have a 49,
but
50,
but he is
51
going to run.
margin.
Is he not going to run for senator?
Well, now
because he's making a plan to run for president.
His plan now is to go out and talk to people. Try to find the people in the country that are in the middle of the road, that are not so much Republican, not so much Democrat, but good Americans that just could come together. Sounds like a pitch for a third run to me. And he's tied up with No Labels, and No Labels came out and made a comment today. I forgot what it was because I'm busy. Because my Rolodex is screwed up. That's what. And I'm testing margaritas, so it was something. Where was I going with this? Too many margaritas. That's where I was going.
Well, you were going on a tangent, but guys, let me put this in your head. Have you heard that rumor? Hannity and Trump.
Bite your tongue. Hannity and Trump do what? Tell me it's in some form of a sexual.
Well, he was asked, would you select Hannity as a potential for you? And he basically said, yes, I like Hannity. And now it's on the YouTube and shit. Midas Touch are talking about it. That not confirmed, not definite, but
see, if Midas
a
Touch
discussion
talking about
maybe.
it, then you got to take it serious. It's like, are you shitting me? Come on, man. Sean Hannity, Vice President.
Well, he wants Hannity's popular people vote. All the Fox viewers.
He'd have him in a heartbeat.
His best friend for 5 minutes if they say something good about him. Yeah. That's how that goes.
But they would. The Republicans, the maggots would eat him up. They would love that. Trump and Hannity, what could, that's a hell of a ticket. Oh, shit. I see.
For a Nazi party.
Or, yeah, take your pick.
Yeah, but I want to say one thing as well that made me laugh, and I heard this on Christopher Titus, how Trump says, leave my kids alone. How do you feel, Hunter Biden?
Yeah. Oh, Lord, they were talking to somebody today on the news. Damn it, I can't remember because I was just watching the guy who's a Republican congressman, and one of the talking heads, newsman, was asking him how come he was so upset because Hunter Biden is defying a subpoena But
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know if it was
Don't
a
know where that
subpoena or just a request to come in and talk or some bullshit. And he's all outraged about it. And then the newsman asked him, "Well, you weren't too upset when the guy with all the hair, the insurrection. He wasn't a big guy on the radio, TV. Starts with a B. Damn it!
Bullshit artist.
Huh?
Oh,
Starts with a B.
Bullshit artist.
No.
Bannon?
Bannon. Steve Bannon. See, starts with a B. Bob. Yes. That he wasn't upset when Steve Bannon didn't reply. Didn't come in. He didn't get all upset and demand this, that, and the other with Steve Bannon. But oh my
Jim
God,
Jordan
Hunter
didn't
Biden. That's a big difference here. Are you shitting me? Slap him.
Jim Jordan
Slap
didn't reply. Jim Jordan didn't reply to a subpoena from the House.
No, Jim Jordan
No.
refused to testify in front of the House for a reason. He's one of the 147 and one of the big cheerleaders, baby. You know, that's what we still have in our House is scary enough because these people they tried once. You don't think they're going to try again? That they're all in on the plan. Let's overturn the country. I am being rude because somebody's in the room and I can't see who it is.
Well, Mitch has said nothing. I want to hear from Mitch. He's been sitting there quietly, and nothing's been said. He hasn't had a chance to put a word in, I don't think.
I know it. I'm rude and full of margaritas. Hey, Mitch.
I'm having crispy French fries with beef stew on top.
Shut up.
Right?
Oh, good.
It's really good. What were we talking about? I'm sorry.
French fries.
Oh. We were talking about that everybody's saying, oh, well, the people from Congress. Let me tell you something.
Right.
If Trump goes down, which I believe he will for this conspiracy, it's going to be open season on them motherfuckers.
On who?
On the Congress.
I hope
Congress
so.
people who are
I hope so.
implicated. The Congress people who asked for a pardon.
Yeah. Don't choke, Mitch. Don't choke.
Asking for a pardon is an admission of guilt.
Isn't it? And they lined up for him. Jim Jordan asked for a pardon.
Yeah. Premeditated.
That's right. If you're asking for a pardon, you know what you did. Ain't no question here. This margarita's just damn too good.
You know who knows all about who asked for a pardon?
Is this Jeopardy?
Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, Rudy.
Rudy Giuliani.
He's one of them.
Part of all of that.
He's one. I think Mark Meadows might know too.
Mark might know, but Rudy was considered himself running the shit. You had to go through Rudy.
Well, that's what Rudy said, bragged about, right?
Yes, he did.
He was selling pardons for $1 million a pardon.
That's right. It was there was a price tag on him.
You don't think there's something Donnie hasn't put a price tag on, including this country?
Well, I can say one thing. I think Miss Bobert's done her dash. I mean, did you see Steny Hoy take her out in the Congress when she's raving on to him about a bill they were discussing? She's saying in this bill, it's a waste of funds. Who's allocating this money? This money should be withdrawn. And this Steny Hoyer stood up and said, there's no fucking funds involved. What are you talking about? And he made a total fool of her. Total fool of her.
Good. Well, that's not hard to do.
Yeah, and she was screwed. She couldn't answer. She would This is the GOP. Fucking hell.
She's a prime example of what they've allowed their party to become. Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, et al. That's who your party's become. They're not there to legislate. Jim Jordan, he hasn't done shit. Done nothing. He's introduced no bills in there. He's there to roll up his sleeve and be pissed off. That's what his job is. Be demanding shit and pointing somewhere. That's what his job is. That's the whole damn Republican Party in a nutshell. They're there for the facade, the act, the party. While they stall and point at shit till the next election trying to get their ass back in there so they can finish stealing everything they were starting to steal before. That's the Republican Party. That's what they've turned into in my eyes. And I just detest this whole, this thing with Joe Manchin. This is going to be a battle, baby. We have a 49-51 Senate. West Virginia is heavily red. Voted for Trump twice.
Do not expect a Democrat to come out with that seat.
No, I don't
And
expect it.
you know what that means? That means for however many seats we have to pick up, we have to pick up at least one more.
One more.
Now,
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. So the races. It's not just for president, baby. It's not. That's how
no,
come we
it's
all
not.
have to show up because
And
who you
and
pick as your
if we
senator
want,
impacts me.
but if we want Biden to be successful as a president and get the things done that need to get done for this country, we have to give him the Congress to work with.
We have to. We have to. Before I be any more rude, I cannot see, and not because I'm blind, because it's just not there. Who just came in the room?
Ed?
All I see is
Ed
Beatty.
Jr. is in the room.
Ed.
It's been a while.
Ed.
It
It's been a
is.
while.
All I see is the E, and I can't make out if it's an E, a B. What is that? A C?
E.
I need glasses. I'm working on them. Bonita's gonna hit me in the head if I don't.
If only Mississippi didn't have their voter intimidation, Brandon Presley would have been in governor.
Yes.
You're talking about
I mean,
Mississippi.
that's
Yep.
the problem.
Possibly.
Yes.
I mean, I wanted Mississippi to
Mississippi.
be blue.
You know, I didn't live too far from Mississippi. As a matter of fact, Mississippi, from where I lived in Pearl River, Louisiana, you look at the map, Pearl River, Mississippi is just right across the damn river. I drove to Mississippi all the time, drove through Mississippi into Alabama and into Florida. You know, it is, I'm talking back in the 70s, 80s, and I don't think much has changed. It is a different place than you'll find in a lot of other places in this
When they
country.
changed the flag from from the Confederacy to a much better flag, consists of the magnolias.
They took the Confederate flag off their flag.
Let's
After
say
all
they
these
would
years,
go blue.
right?
Let's say they would go blue again someday.
Don't
I was disappointed. I mean, there was a majority of blacks voting for Presley, but unfortunately, they were using intimidation. They told people to.
Well,
That was just.
I, for one, would rather almost see a MAGA senator in West Virginia than Joe Manchin.
To
About
be
the
honest
same
with
there, isn't it? Mitch?
It is the same.
Yeah.
The only benefit that he gave the Democrats is he gave us the very, helped with a very slim majority
That's it. He gave us a number.
because of the way the majority works.
Yeah.
And I can
But
tell
every
you
time,
all,
every time it came, every time there was a chance to use that majority, he voted with the Republicans.
Right.
So
He
what
was
does that say about him?
he was
It says he's a
disappointed.
Republican in sheep's clothing. What outside? He's in the
it
coal
said
business,
that
baby.
Joe Manchin is only out for
Joe Manchin.
profiting anything that has the last name of Manchin. That's all he cares about.
He is
So if you want to run under no labels, knock yourself out, homeboy.
That's what he's going for. No Labels came out and gave him
Go-
a favorable statement
Because
about him
no labels
not
is
seeking.
funded by Republicans.
Yes,
Big money Republicans.
they just
And
want.
if they think that they're going to take that vote away, hey, you know what? Joe Manchin and Christian Cinema, they made it clear as to who they vote for. They vote for profit, and that's all that matters to them. Joe
I wanna
Manchin don't
see who
give a
comes
shit
out.
about the people in West Virginia.
and I'm
If
sick
he
and tired
did,
of hearing
he would have
people call
voted
him.
for. He would have voted for that child tax credit.
Go ahead, Mitch.
And there was nothing moderate about Joe Manchin.
Nothing.
They keep calling him a moderate. Like, fuck that. Moderate?
Nothing.
He was a right wing. He was a Democrat. He was exactly what you hear when you hear the word Dino, Democrat name only. That was Joe Manchin. He's in
He
coal.
turned into a Judas.
That's
He's
what
a
he was.
Judas, really.
He made the
And
only thing
he
he gave
pretty
us
much
was a
held
number, the
this-
majority. That's it.
He pretty much held the Senate in hostage because he could. Him and Christian Cinema.
I just
They
wonder,
did
what is
that
this his
shit
way
because
of?
they could.
He wanted to run for president, and Joe Biden's not going to back down. So now he's pissed. He's going to go run on no labels.
Yeah,
I think that's
That's
basically
exactly
what we're
what it
looking
is.
at.
And-
Because
Ooh,
and you know, this
in that
thing-
little speech talking about he's going to make the rounds around the country, trying to bring people together in the center lane. Well, you're out on the campaign trail, man. That's what you're doing.
He's not on the
Yeah,
center of
yeah.
nothing, man.
No, No,
Thank
he's
you.
way right, baby. If it doesn't involve burning coal, he's not really into it. That's his business,
He
man.
ain't into it.
No.
That's it.
All this
And if it's
environmental
burning
stuff.
coal, that means that he don't give a shit about the people of West Virginia.
He gives a shit
Did you
about
also
that
see
guy.
how sick your new speaker is? Did you see that him and his son have a deal that they monitor each other's porn?
Yes, I saw that story, and again, there's those
My
words.
God.
Are you shitting me? Really? You
What
and your
the hell?
son have an app on your device to alarm the other if you go look at porn. I'm assuming you're thinking about going to look for porn. That's what I'm thinking. I gotta
And
put an alarm on
obviously
here to
chosen
stop this
son.
shit. Really? That's just, to me, in a nutshell, in a nutshell, what I think of white Christian nationalist assholes like him. You know, you take your faith and you rub it in everybody's face, and then we hear a story like that. Really? Really, you got to stop yourself from doing that. You know, the devil's tempting you.
I mean, if he was a Democrat, this would be all over Fox and a big
they
scandal.
would be raking whoever it was over the coals. Are you shitting me? Pointing out the immorality of it, the scandal. Yeah, Fox and Breitbart and all the rest of that bullshit news would have a field day with it, because that's what they do. They peddle and just anything that will excite their base, and they really don't give a shit. It is, and that's why Ramaswamy called out Nikki Haley's daughter. Hey, because here's a little blood in the water. Let's throw this out there.
You know how I see that guy? I see that guy as a mouth with hair on it.
Ramaswamy?
Yeah,
Ain't got a
he's
chance in
thinking
hell.
comedy.
Ain't got a
He's sold
chance
out.
in hell, and I'm
He's
sorry, Tim Scott. I'm sorry, man.
He's evil.
Tim Scott.
Go
He's
back
evil.
to fucking preaching,
He's
buddy.
sold out.
Huh?
Scott's sold out.
Scott is sold
Scott's
out.
sold out.
And
Doesn't care about his own.
Well, we got
Doesn't care about the
Ramalama
black
Ding
people.
Dong, Hail to the Female, Dinky Satan, Crying Out Loud Christy, and oh yeah, Tim Scott.
I would have called Krispy Kreme
That's
Christine.
good. That's good. Say
I
that
would've called
again.
it Krispy
Call that out again,
Krispy
Mr.
Kreme
Chick.
Christine.
Oh. Ramalama Ding Dong, Hail to the Female, Dinky Satan, Crying Out Loud Christy, and somebody else. Oh, Tim Scott.
Tim Scott.
Mr. Chick, I would have gone for Krispy Kreme Christine.
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme Christy.
Yeah,
You know what? He's become
Yeah.
a little bit of a hero lately. Him fact checking and taking people to
You know
task
what?
about defending Trump.
Christy wants accolades for calling out Trump, and he's the only one on the trail that's doing it. Okay, you get accolades for calling
That's
out
it.
Trump.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's what I have a problem with. He
The rest of
hollers
it.
many times. He hollers many times that he was invited to be in Trump's administration and all the rest of that. Obviously, you were one in the room, and you didn't say a fucking thing until after the fact.
After,
Right.
like
I got
everybody
a problem
else.
with these guys, man.
Oh, everybody. Look
But
at
the other one
every
in the
time
room that
I
didn't
almost
do something
And that
couldn't
goes for
raise any
Nikki
money.
Haley.
every
That
time I
goes
see
for
John
Nikki
Bolton
too,
come on his
because-
commentary on some station, I
Thank
want to
you.
puke. Really?
You know, all these people were in the room when this bullshit was going on, and none of them had the balls to stand up and speak up at the time.
At the
And
time.
now, afterwards, after you come out with a book or you want to raise some money or whatever,
Or you
you're
got
gonna
caught.
sit up here and
Or
call
you
him
got
out.
caught.
He's a criminal
Yeah,
Or you got
but they
caught.
don't do it till after they're done with their
after the fact. Yes.
yeah, after they're done with being whatever they were. Can't do it while you're still running.
It's
Bill Barr's out there doing the same damn thing now. And
Nothing's
all
gonna
of a
change.
sudden, we're supposed to look at Mark Meadows as what? Some fucking hero? No. Let's not forget, he was burning papers in the fireplace in the White House.
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
How does that make
He
him
was-
different than Trump stealing them?
Flip a coin, Meadows? No.
Responding
actually
to a
is
comment
guilty
real
as
quickly,
Trump.
pardon me for a personal note. I saw in the chat just fly by. Anthony Robinson. Chief, happy Veterans Day, brother. Enjoy it the best way you can. Love you. Take care. Glad to see you in there, brother. Makes me feel good. Anyway, I didn't make it just personal. Every once in a while, I get to throw something personal out there.
Veterans Day is this weekend, and I want to say thank you to all the veterans that are in this family. John, Michael, there's a whole bunch of you guys. Keith, Nymeria.
We have a lot of
We have a
veterans.
lot of veterans.
We have a lot of veterans.
We have
in
a
this
lot of
family.
veterans in this
You know, I've
family.
seen
And
I shared
thank
it.
you.
I shared it on my Facebook today because Vote Vets put out a neat thing. It was just to remind people Armed Forces Day is for those that are serving currently. Armed Forces Day
Yes.
comes around, that's the guys that are serving. Veterans Day, it was put for those that have hung up their uniform. And Memorial Day is for those who died in combat.
That's right.
So,
And you know, it's not,
died in
these
service.
are not holidays to go out and have a rush sale. At
You know,
some
for a lot of people,
macro store.
and I don't speak for any group. For me, it's always been a remembrance of, and when April comes around, for me, it's
The day
the
of
days
remembrance,
I
yeah.
remember. I often tell people that when you see a veteran, a lot of times there are people standing around him that you will not see. There are names in his head that you will not hear. That's a veteran, and
Yeah.
I live with names and buddies, and a lot of us do. And
And also,
what do you do?
to our listeners that aren't in the United States, they're celebrating Remembrance Day. It's the same
Well,
day.
we do in Australia. We celebrate
Yep.
the 11th day, 11th hour,
That's what
all
it
that
is.
stuff.
Canada does also.
The 11th
Yeah.
hour of the 11th day of the 11th
I think
month.
England does.
And
A lot of people see, and this is the sad part about it, guys, is everything we all fought for, you and the Allies, is not everything, but half of what we fought for is at risk.
at risk
to
right
one
now.
man. One man.
And what I saw on the stage last night did not make me feel fucking comfortable.
What a waste of lives.
We have this thing in Ukraine. We have the thing in the Middle East right now. The world
Yeah.
itself is getting more tense. China's looking at Taiwan like they want it back, and yeah.
Well, they're waiting for Trump to give it to them.
And in the meantime, you have Iran sitting there pumping out shit, going to all sorts of terrorist groups trying to attack not only Israel but now Americans in that region. This is a dangerous time. And I understand, I haven't heard the word yet, but a headline said, Tommy Tubba shit considering releasing his hold.
Oh, God.
Considering. Kiss my, just,
I can just reach
I
out.
just
There
want to
you
slap
go.
him. Slap
Slap the
him in his
consideration
arrogant
right out.
ass. That is, those are the kind of people, you want to talk about a veterans, give us a shot. How about allowing veterans walk up and slap people like him in the face?
Mhm.
Tell him shove whatever his religious belief is up his ass. He cannot
I would throw him
impound.
under the bus, John.
Huh?
I would throw him under the bus.
I get tired of that shit. He stands up there as a senator, blocking military promotions because of his objection to paying military to travel. Damn it! So come I write better than I speak.
And poetry.
Yeah, and poetry.
John, I would just throw him under the bus.
He is. Oh, wait. Things shifted around because of other. Well, I'll tell you what he is.
You, simply put, are a short-sighted, utterly useless, oxygen-wasting human form of pollution, a Darwin Award-deserving, selfish coward.
That's Tommy Tubba shit. That's him in a nutshell right there. He's nothing. He's a football coach. And all of a sudden, let's make him senator. Yeah. And then you bring your God into my house and try to make laws pertaining to what you think God said. How about you're not God? How about you're not the one who decides? Jesus.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's a
John.
prime example of what Jefferson says. Separation between church and state is essential for a free and democratic society. You start letting that shit creep in at little angles like that, well, that's their plan anyway. Don't worry about it. It's going to be a white Christian nationalist nation any day now. I want to thank Carol DeBurris, who came in with a $5 donation. Bless your heart, baby. Thank you. And said, I gather that Nikki and Swampy will never be selling Hunt's Brothers Pizza and mean ass Slurpees together. Wait a minute. I get that Nikki and Swampy will never be selling Hunt's Brothers Pizza and mean ass Slurpees together. Maybe so in the same 7-Eleven. I don't know. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that tremendously. Yeah, last night's little demonstration was, well, I was going to say entertaining, but no. No, to me it was more like
clown show.
It was. You know,
it was. I mean, I from my point of view, watching it, I couldn't watch it all because it was frustrating. It was just I'm the best. They all try to put themselves on pedestals, and they all try to take each other down. There was nothing discussed that affected the American people.
Very little was said about the elephant in the room outside of asking the question like, well, why would you be better than Trump? You know, that's the question. And they stumbled around each one of them. Oh, they came up with a big clown car accident of, you know, why they would be better. They avoided attacking him at all. The closest
Trump
was Christie.
At all costs.
Yeah.
They avoided
They don't want to poke the bear.
They avoided talking about abortion. They skimped on it a little bit. I don't really give a fuck what you think about.
Yeah, they floated on the abortion thing a little bit.
A woman's right to choose, okay? They did not talk about all the gun death that's been going on in the last month or so. They did not talk about guns or the reform of them or anything like that. They, stood up for Israel. Absolutely zero for the people of Palestine that are dying on a daily basis in large numbers. I'm done with these people. They literally were running for a place in his administration or VP or something like that. None of them did I see being able to take this man down. Not a one of them on that stage last night.
Okay.
There are people in America that can make a lot of this go away real fast that are disappointing me. I don't know if it's come to your attention, but you know how Taylor Swift's influences the vote. I mean, if she says go vote, her fans will go vote.
She's doing a hell of a job at it too.
There's so many sports stars, past and present, movie stars, past and present, rock and roll stars, past and present, that could go out there and say, this man's a fucking criminal. But you know what? They don't do that because they don't want to lose fans, because half their fans could be MAGA. This is the problem. Truth to power, please. I mean, there's a few movie stars out there who've done it. What's that old guy, the old movie star that got out there in the early days and called Trump a bunch of words? The gangster movie star.
Al Pacino.
The other older Al Pacino.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
De Niro?
Robert De Niro.
Oh, Robert De Niro. Yes, he came out a lot. Hey,
this is
there's
part
so
of our
many of
problem.
these guys.
Yeah, but you know what? We can't keep getting political advice from movie stars. We have a
Not advice, Bernadette, not advice. Just they speak their fucking mind. Unless they are MAGA, speak it.
Well,
you know?
Even actors and other people, as Arnold Schwarzenegger could attest, they have a political interest also. What's his name? Yeah.
You know what? They can have a political interest and they can have their fucking opinions. I don't really give a shit about their opinions, and I don't want them influencing mine. Okay?
No, I want their opinion public.
Yes, they have a lot of followers, and this is part of the problem that I see, is that people are just willing to listen to somebody else instead of doing their own legitimate research about these people who we're sending to run this freaking country.
It's everybody's individual responsibility. Let me catch up here a little bit, because we got people in the room that haven't been introduced yet, and I want to call out this donation from Beth in Moose, who I assume that I'm going to assume that's $20 Canadian. I don't know the thing. Anyway, came in with a $20 donation and said, Corporal Albert Storm, killed in action, Afghanistan, November 6th, 2006. Rest in peace, buddy. There's a veteran who's going to have a friend standing next to him the rest of
Yeah.
the rest of his life.
There's a few names that been going by on the chat here.
Yeah.
Yeah, mentioning people that have passed.
Yeah.
Vets that have passed.
Those are people standing around them, and names. And,
Hey.
and you, go ahead.
I want to backtrack just a little bit on that tub of shit. Does anybody know of an address, an email address where we can voice our opinion to him and possibly just crash his server?
Sure.
Oh, well, I can't do it here. I mean, I don't have it to where I could pull it up. But I'm sure you could just type in at your Google address, type in Tommy Tuberville. His info will come up on your screen. You can hit there. You can find out his mailing address to the Senate and to his office down in Florida. Oh,
there you
Alabama.
go.
No, he lives in Florida.
I mean,
yes.
I think everybody should, or somewhere, somehow,
I
needs
wish
to
I had
get out
something
that
like
we
that
should do that.
where I could put his address up there.
You
Because,
could call the Capitol switchboard
Yes.
at 202-224-3121, and that'll get you to his office.
yeah,
Hang on
I
one
know.
second. I gotta go grab a pen.
it's right there in
You've
the
got
chat.
to
baby.
memorize, Bernadette.
Bernadette's on top of this stuff. That's what I'm
You
telling
know,
you, y'all. Yeah, Bernadette and Miss Chick both do their homework before the show starts. Probably a whole lot more so than I do. I have a life that sometimes gets full, and I'm seeing headlines. I have my opinion, and that's always what this has been. But thankful that Bernadette and Miss Chick and others in this group actually go out and dig their shit up, get all the information, and I've messed up over here. Son of a
You have to dig too deep, mate. It's all on the surface. It's like crap that floats to the top.
That's what you say about me? What?
I said you don't have to dig too deep to find crap
Oh,
on
the
Trump.
big turds
It
that
just
float
floats
right
to
there
the
at
top.
the top. The big headline stories that'll just grab right there and get you right there. You don't have to dig very deep to see the headline Joe Manchin decides not to run. Holy shit. You don't have to go read the story to know what wrench that was just thrown into the whole works here. This is gonna be a fight for the Senate now. You know, we have to be realist in the fact that West Virginia is extremely red, and the chances of getting another Democrat out of there is going to be pretty slim, because like we all just
Wouldn't it be
discussed, he
amazing, though?
wasn't a Democrat anyway. He was.
Wouldn't it be amazing?
It would be. That would be a feat. I'm
Does
waiting
that
to
make a
see.
statement?
I'm waiting to see who's going to step up in West Virginia on the Democratic side to be able to run for that place, run for that seat. I want to see who's, because whoever it is better bring some leadership and some courage to the freaking table. That's what
Hey,
I get.
John?
Yes, dear.
We have a couple more people in here.
Yes, I get carried away.
I know you do.
Adam and Sisyphus are both in the room. Adam, how are you?
And Dave.
Hey, not bad, not bad.
Oh, and Dave's there too. I'm sorry.
Dave's not here, man.
Dave's here, ain't he? Dave?
Dave's here.
Dave's got
No,
the
Dave's
stuff.
not here.
Dave's got the stuff. I hope he's here.
Yeah. Bernadette or Miss Chick, look up the Great Lakes area for states that have legalized recreational.
Kiss my ass, Dave. Really? That's what you come in here with? Bragging about your shit up there? Damn. Texas will be the last one. The last one to legalize anything down here. Because we get more drug money to build a wall, fucking boats and everything. Down here to stop it from
Well,
coming
you have
across
to
our border.
legalize. You have to legalize fun first.
cannot
and fun's
legislate
not legal
morality.
in Texas.
That goes right along with the discussion about the brothels. Somebody wrote in the chat today on there that it should be legal. You wouldn't have that problem of who's hiding behind the door if it was legal, because you cannot regulate morality. Is there prostitution going on in damn near every large city in the United States? I would suggest yes. Are there drugs on every corner of the United States? I would suggest yes.
And in Australia,
Exactly.
and in China, and every country,
Everywhere.
not just America.
If there's a war on drugs going on, how come they're all around? This war has been going on
everywhere.
all my life. Are you shitting me? and we can't get marijuana taken off the Schedule 1 list. Hey, you know, they're making medicine out of the shit now. Isn't that the prerequisite that there is no medicinal value? Well, guess what? Anyway, Blue Karma came in with a $5 donation and said, "We will soon see where MAGA Mike's loyalties lie. Is it the country or the MAGA maniacs?" I'm going to take a test.
Hey, John.
Yes. Thank you, Blue Karma. I appreciate it tremendously. Yes, Dave.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Psychedelics are really starting to spread around too.
You got that up there too, Dave?
Oh, Ann
Really?
Arbor,
Did
yeah,
you
they're
bring
doing
a hammer
studies on
just
it.
to knock me in the... Anyway. Busting my balls. Rubbing it in, Dave.
Sorry.
You're rubbing it in, Dave. Yes, I was happy to see that Ohio legalized. I think that brings the number up to 24 states across the United States that now legalize recreational marijuana, and other states that have for medicinal
And
purposes.
just think how many tax money they're getting in from it.
Yes. Yes.
Colorado brought in so much billions. I mean,
and therein lies a problem if we don't treat this right, because it is on the Schedule 1 list. It is a cash business.
totally.
You go into the store to buy your stuff, even where it's legal, you're paying cash.
Yeah.
Not the credit card, baby.
No banks.
No banks
no
involved.
banks will,
No
do
debit
that.
card, no nothing. And all of that cash is being taken to a warehouse somebody where a lot of guards around it, because they got stacks and stacks and stacks of cash. And what can you do with cash? Oh, you can pay your bills.
Oh,
you can
hello,
you can buy a
corruption.
new building.
Welcome,
you can pay off a new
corruption.
congressman. You could do a lot of money with cash. A lot of things.
Hold
with
on
cash.
now.
Oh yeah.
Hold on now. Wait. Because if you think about it, like California, Michigan, it creates so many more jobs and people do so much better. You guys are missing the economy part of it.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
There's more pot shops in Colorado than there is Starbucks.
Rest my case. Because there's a demand for it.
Yep.
But the thing is, anywhere like here in Texas, it's not legal. Is it here? You bet your ass it's all over the place. There is a market for it, whether it's high grade or whether it's just low grade. There's a market for it.
Absolutely.
You know, it just put people in a position that
you can afford.
Yeah. Excuse me.
You know, the only problem with that argument is the other side that's against this stuff, whoever they are, the religious groups, whatever it may be, they say, yeah, okay, there's an industry in that, and there's income, and there's jobs, but you can legalise crystal meth and make an industry out of that as well. So you've got to be careful.
They already do. It's called Adderall.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a really good TV show.
Touche. Very good.
It's just ask Donald Trump. He knows about Adderall.
It sounds like a really good TV show, though.
I'm sorry, the biggest drug problems we have in this country seem to be associated with a pill. Just saying.
What was it?
Not growing out of a bush.
Yep.
Wasn't it Newsmax where they said that was a sexy voting thing?
I don't know, but it just brings to mind that headline that just passed right before we started the show, that they found letters that have been mailed to various polling places or whatever with fentanyl, dusted with fentanyl. Now, I'm not a big know-it-all on fentanyl except what I see in the news, and that shit will kill you pretty quick.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And John, it doesn't take very much.
No,
It's
very little.
Minute amount can kill you.
And that's the scary part of this shit.
They talked about
Your
fentanyl
skin.
as if
Through
the
your
only
skin.
place that fentanyl came through was the southern border. And they also talked about it coming through ports of entry. Now, if I can remember right, when the Democrats had control, and very slim control in the Senate, not enough to pass anything with, they voted to put all the X-ray machines and the people at the ports of entry on our southern border. It was the Republicans who said no.
You know, they sell this. The
Democrats
wall
passed
itself.
a lot of shit, and the Republicans said no. Everything went to Mitch McConnell's desk to die. Remember?
Everything that comes across that border, you could 90% of it. There might be a small percentage. It's probably less than 10%.
They want crime and chaos.
They
and
do, so they can point to it.
And they want to
treat
make
it.
they wanted to act like last night on the shit show that it was being dug up underneath the wall and coming through tunnels. No, it comes through our
It comes
ports
through the
of
damn port of
entry.
entry. This
Just
it comes
like
in a truck, a ship,
lot of
an
the
airplane.
vegetables and everything else that gets imported into this country.
Juan is not running through the desert out there with a backpack full of fentanyl trying to make his way into Arizona. That's not the way it happens. It comes around in a port of entry, but that's the way they sell it. They sell it to the maggots, the Republican Party, the conservatives. They sell that. How many times last night and during the debate did somebody talk about the terrorists coming across our southern border right now? Why? Because of what's going on over in the Middle East. Because all of a sudden, all the immigrants just turned into terrorists. Oh, they're coming across the border down there. They're just terrorists.
Right.
They're all living up here just to blow up buildings and all sorts of shit. That's the way the Republicans do it. They scare people. They want to scare you.
Totally.
They want you to be afraid of everybody. And the only way to protect yourself is to get a gun. That's their salesmanship there.
I have a conspiracy theory to create here tonight.
Oh,
Honestly,
you're
I
going to create
really
one,
do.
Dave? Really? Go ahead, Dave.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I really
What's the
do.
conspiracy,
I do.
Dave?
Any drug dealer does not give shit out for free, so where is it going?
Thank you.
Going to the guy he bought it from. Which he has to pay the guy he got it from.
They just don't want to admit the truth, John.
No. And how are you going to get addiction under control, which is the issue? It's the drug.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
You treat people.
Wouldn't have had the rise that it had not the Purdue family and not Purdue. Jesus Christ was the name of those people. The Sacklers. The
Sackler company.
And their opioid push on this country that got everybody addicted to opioids.
Homegrown, baby.
And then when they cut them off, people went to the streets to get their drugs. And guess what was happening? Waiting there to get these people high. Fentanyl.
Yeah, I understand
Gotta have
that.
replacement.
Hold on.
But the Sacklers got to walk away from that whole fucking case with a slap on the hand and no liability whatsoever. Bullshit.
I think they were just trying to get their...
Guys,
Go ahead, Dave.
you're missing a point. You're missing a point.
Well, I haven't missed anything, honey.
No. Wait.
Okay,
Wait.
go ahead,
You're
Dave.
missing a point. God damn. The point. What the point I'm trying to make is that whoever is controlling what that stuff is going on and they're sending it out in these letters and stuff, that's money lost. So who is actually paying for that? And
Oh,
why
you
are
mean
they
the fentanyl
going
they're
to,
putting in the envelope?
wait,
Okay.
and why are they sending that to certain things and if you kind of look at it, they try to take out people. They're not trying to get them addicted.
Yes.
They're taking them out.
Yes.
Oh, yes. The letters laced with
and
fentanyl, that's a direct...
As long as it's happening in my neighborhood and not, I don't know, Manhattan, then it's okay.
Totally.
Something's funding that.
It's okay if it's a Republican. It's okay if it's a Republican. But
That's where I'm thinking it's at. I think they have a big
but
deal.
the war on drugs always has been in the poor neighborhood.
Okay. Let me thank Jake Sellers, who came in with a $2 donation and said, "Good evening, Blue family." Well, good evening, Jake. We're glad we've been waiting on your ass. I hope you don't know.
Good
Trying to make
evening.
you feel bad. It's just, we've been waiting on you to get here. But we're glad you're here, Jake. Thank you very much. And Lady Yoop came in with a $10 donation, and she said, "For the pipe." Why, thank you, darling. I'm almost low on tobacco.
Cat food.
Cat food. Cat food, yeah.
Herb. It's those dried herbs. Some dried
Yeah,
herbs.
dried herbs. It's for my health.
Your catnip is running low.
Recycled right now. Huh? It's recycled.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much, Lady You and Jake. Appreciate it very much. What were we talking about? I don't know. This margarita thing was a bad idea. Well, not a bad idea. Actually, it's a
I
pretty
think
good
it's a good
idea.
idea.
Just bad timing, I think. No, that's the second
No.
one. It was my son did a fine job. I think he did a
Oh.
job at the bartender shit.
Was it 2 different flavors?
Mm-mm.
But
No,
it was the
just
same
perfecting
kind?
his
Okay.
and his
Got it.
abilities to make a frozen margarita. And
The
as he knows,
recipe.
yeah, Dad doesn't drink a lot of stuff. But if you get me near margaritas, oh, that's a problem. It's freaking lemonade. Didn't tell me it's what it is.
John's living in Margaritaville right
I
now.
am right now. Jimmy came by, picked me up, and we're sailing the blue seas. Anyway.
All right.
Mar-a-Lago maid plumber could testify in Trump criminal case. Not only them, but the woodworker. Wait, there's others. I'll put that list away. Have y'all seen that story? Down in Florida?
No.
Yes, it just came out. I'm telling you, breaking news. Go check it out. There's a whole list, including the maid, the plumber, the driver. There's the woodworker, the pool boy. I guess they got a whole list of people that are going to testify in the Trump case down there about how he handled these documents and where he wanted them taken. I guess I don't know. I haven't seen the whole thing yet. Let me see.
To prove he was being deceitful.
Low-level workers who were the you refresh in the right moment. Low-level workers who were the eyes and ears of Mar-a-Lago could offer insight into the former President Donald Trump's approach to sensitive information after he left office. There's a headline for your ass. They're all going to say, well, was he cautious with the shit? Are you shitting me? We had to walk behind him and pick up loose papers.
Yeah, probably didn't
They're
get
in the
paid for
bathroom,
it.
scrolling all over the place. We have to go in there and pick them up. I don't know what they're going to say. Yeah.
All the notes were written on the back of a top secret document.
Yeah.
That's all he could find to help move him.
I don't know.
Well,
But that's what's happening every day. We come on here and right before the show we hear about who's going to testify down in Mar-a-Lago, all the maid and everybody else. And fentanyl letters going across the country to polling places. This shit's going to get worse before it gets better. The more he has made to suffer, the more he's going to try. These maggots are going to try to make this country suffer. Do you think it was some left-wing Democrat that sent letters out to polling places? I don't.
No way. No way.
If you ask me who would be possible at doing that, oh yeah. There's a list, baby.
John, all I know is that Trump wants authoritarianism, and that's the most
exactly what he
frightening
wants.
thing.
He wants to be the glorious leader.
Fascism in the same ways.
You
They're
know?
thinking like he's God, like he's the second coming, but he isn't. He's more of the real life Antichrist, John.
He is.
Completely.
You know what I think the Republican Party, the powers that be. Now get away from Donnie for a minute. Donnie is a clown. We all know that. He was a facade of a man who had a TV show that the Republican Party, once this guy started shooting his mouth off, saw a useful fool. And that's what Trump is. Think of the powers behind his ass that are willing to let him back in there because of what he would allow them to get away with. I don't think there's grand powers behind the scenes that support his ass, because they do. And you own a chemical company? Boy, EPA still got a whole lot of regulations we could get rid of. Shit like
Remember
that.
Nazi Germany?
Yes.
Remember Nazi Germany? All of Hitler's little all the generals and all those high-ranking officers took stolen artwork, gold, and hid it for themselves.
Pillage.
Not for Germany, for themselves.
Themselves, baby. You think this
Millions.
maggot Republicans would be any different? You think Project 2025 is a plan to bring America together and prosper? No. It's like I said, the only thing missing in that document is the word re-education camp. But I suspect it's in there somewhere. Anyway, Linda Gallup, you get in here.
The problem is you allowing your senators and congressmen to trade shares while they're in the job,
Sure.
and that's the key to
That's
corruption.
probably the root of the one of the roots right there. Yeah, the key. Yeah, if you allow them, we have to trust them with
Finish.
the information they know and committees and everything else behind the scenes, not to invest their money in something they know about? Sure, they know. There's no congressman up there that's not a millionaire. They get filthy ass rich after they get to Congress. That's when it starts. That's when the big money happens. Some of them might get there rich, but most of them, they were well off. They were not at the bottom of the barrel on the food chain. But once they got to Congress, oh hell, Katie, bar the door. And it goes on every day. We could sit here and pick. There's lots of reasons our Congress should pass rules of integrity, demanding integrity, because it's not going to be offered up. This is not something that we're going to get our Congress to vote on, that they can't invest their money freely like any other American. Oh, no, are you shitting me? That's un-American. Yeah, but you're kind of taking advantage of, you're kind of fucking everybody up. Well, it's the American way. And he's right. Unfortunately. I can test that. I've said it before. When I worked for the government. Are you shitting me? The best thing you become is a sole source provider. Go to the Bahamas every freaking day. Take a different airplane every day. Who gives a shit? You'll be rolling in the dough.
Yep.
Government contracts. Anyway, Michael Johnson, KY, just came in with a $2 donation and said GOP equals the gang of Putin. MAGA order Donald Trump. Fuck Trump. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Tell me if Trump wouldn't get back in office, he wouldn't hand Ukraine over to Putin on a.
He will.
He would on a
He's
platter.
going to hand U.S. to Putin.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
I mean, it's that simple.
That's why Putin's are using all the social media and all these hacks jumping into your social media sites and brainwashing.
Oh, they're in our social media. They've been in there constantly, putting bug in everybody.
That's how he got in.
That's how he got in. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
The Russians helped a lot with that. We all know that. We were all remember the walk down that memory lane with the Mueller report. Which, and again, this is not written down anywhere. If we had confidence that the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said so. That's forever burned in my mind. He told him.
Right.
He told him. If we had evidence that he did not commit a crime, we would tell you. But guess what? We're not telling you. As a matter of fact, we gave you 10 freaking reasons right here to look at how he did. And they want him back. They want him back.
I don't know about that.
Not
Some people want him back.
Not all of us, baby.
Not all of them.
Linda,
Yeah, it's the squeaky wheel, John.
Finish the job.
that's what he wants to do.
Take down America. Be Putin's dream. Take down European nation. All of it. Mm-hmm.
We moved from democracy to something else.
That's right.
It'd be the USSA.
Yeah.
Well, see, they can't beat America, so what they figured, let's convert America. Rather than go to war with America, let's convert the people. And that's what they're doing.
Let's join them.
Do it from the inside.
Well, that's what MAGA is. Let's join them.
Yeah. Was it Nikita Khrushchev or I'm trying to remember. There's famous Russian president who said, "We will not. We will not defeat you from the outside. We will defeat you from within."
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been a long time, but guess what? Ta-da! Yeah, they're in your Facebook page. They're in your TikTok. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. And that's the risk of a free society. But you have to. This is a free society. You know. Yep. TikTok is allowed here. That's a Chinese company. Facebook is not allowed in China. Twitter's not allowed X, Y, Z, whatever the fuck it is, ain't allowed in China. This is not a free social trade-off here between countries. We let their shit in, and they don't let our shit in. And that's the way they control their population. But
and
here
let's
we
not
have a
forget
choice.
that a lot of their shit spies on us through back doors and everything
Indeed.
else.
That hit the debate stage last night. Nikki Haley got hit with, she had evidently as governor provided land to a Chinese company 5 miles away from a major military base and to produce some kind of product. I can't remember what it was, but that's 5 miles from a base. And if you go to look how much land China is buying up, I'm not talking about downtown D.C., which they probably have some of that. Farmland, baby. America, the heartland, baby. It's going to end up in Chinese hands on the open market. That's what it is.
And it's not just China, because apparently Saudi Arabia is over here buying water rights all over the damn place.
Yes, I saw that too. They are. They're buying the water rights and sucking the water up. Well, there you go. You know, there's a lot of ways to, you know, I don't know what the answers are, but
the Saudis own all your oil.
It all seems to center around who's got the most money.
But check this out. Look at what's happened. And I'm gonna bring this up, and it's probably gonna piss off a whole bunch of people. But you know, I'm just gonna make a statement.
Go with it.
That's what you do.
Go ahead.
With Saudi Arabia over here buying water rights, look at what's happening in Gaza when your right to have water gets cut off.
Yeah, they're using seawater. They're getting seawater and boiling it to try and get drinking water.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on
life,
CNN. It's on
MSNBC. You got water, you're not going to live long. Period. You know, there are so many things that threaten our world today. It is scary when you walk down the list of them. It really is for all of us. Not only here, Dave. Of course, down under, I'm thinking, oh, they might be out of the shitstorm when everything hits the fan. But
well, we have our shitstorms too, but they're not as big as yours. You know, our shitstorms are like 30 million size. Your shitstorms are 330 million size. There's a big difference. We're not happy with our government about a lot of things, but we're not losing democracy. We're not, you know, our freedom is not in threat. You know, we look at you and think, shit. What would America look like if they're like Pakistan or like Russia, China, where they had no freedom of movement, freedom of speech, freedom of entertainment? Your entertainment's chosen for you, like in North Korea. You can't watch anything in North Korea unless it's approved by the big man. This is way, you know, we look at it and we think, shit, now that's not America. They'll never let that happen. Well, sometimes we wake up in the morning and we feel, oh, that's good. You won a lot of elections and people are smarter than we think in America. And then sometimes we wake up and we think, shit,
what
the Republicans got away with that. So we're screwed up in the head as you guys are. But we're scared about America turning, because you turn, it's an infectious thing throughout the world. It has been since the world's been turning.
It matters here in this country. You know, the presidential election is a national election. That's when we all get to vote for one guy. But every state, the congressmen, the senators that they elect in those states, in my state, affect your life. So when we think about local politics, baby, it's not really that local. It is a national impact. So that's how come we try to run. And let me remind you again before we get started with Two for Blue that Erin Trombley won her election, and we are so proud of her. I just want to put her picture up there again because we are tickled to death. And thank you to all of those. And there were a lot of you who donated to Erin's campaign on her Act Blue account and everything. I want to thank every one of you for pitching in and helping, because that, I'm sure, helped her a lot. So, but anyway, we have Gabe. Oh, where's my list? Damn it. I'm so unprepared. Gay Valmont, she is running down in Florida. She is running for Congress down there to replace Matt Gaetz. Come on, people. This is one of them scumbags we need to get out, Matt Gaetz. Come on, let's get together. And Gay Valmont is down there.
It's a no-brainer, people.
It's a no-brainer. These are things that we could just call out, man. And let's see who else we got. Jonathan Nez. He is the former president of the Navajo Nation. He's running down there in Nevada. Arizona. Right? Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
To replace Christian
Cinema?
No, Congress.
No.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Anyway, yeah. Some Republican down there needs to have his ass replaced, and Jonathan Ness is the guy to do it. We need to get him in there. All politics around the country affect all of us, so we need to pay attention. And Chuck Hubbard. We had trouble with him. He's from North Carolina. He is running down in North Carolina for Congress. Yes, he needs to update his website so we all find out exactly where he is. But these are the people that we try to push for Two for Blue, and so we can get. Oh, where's my damn thing? I'm always to get others involved in these elections because they do matter. Who gets elected in one state affects all of us. When they go into Congress and start passing laws in our House, in our Senate, these are the people that are going to do it. So if you're in a blue state, if you're comfortable with who you are, where you are, and everything's good and rosy, consider donating to a red state that have Democrats running to get on the ticket, baby, because that's where the rubber meets the road. And that's
we still got lots of elections to go, guys.
Oh wait, I hit
we
the
ain't
wrong
finished
button.
yet. No, you're not.
No, you.
Yeah, that's early, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought so. The Saudis bought water shares from the Colorado River to grow alfalfa to feed their horses. Wild Bill.
Yep.
That's what they're doing.
Seems to be anything for a butt, even though eventually it's going to cost the country.
Hey,
I won't be around here. I won't be around in 25, 30 years. I'll sell it off. Fuck America.
Well, thanks for not doing that.
Saudi Arabia has quite a bit of refineries down there in Texas too, don't they, John?
Have it. What's that?
Don't they have quite a number of refineries down there in Texas too?
Oh, Lord. Are you shitting me? They grow like cotton down here. They're everywhere. Everywhere. Down here around Corpus, around Houston. Yes. Texas is a huge oil and gas state. Huge.
Where was that big chemical explosion at?
That was north of Houston. That was north of Houston. That's a bad
Holy crap, that looked insane.
That's bad. That's a whole lot of carcinogen. Yeah, they produced a whole lot of nasty chemicals at that plant. So all of that black smoke that you saw on the TV.
Recreational.
But I bet you there's no high price homes around that plant.
No.
You can drive around the refineries down here in Corpus Christi, around the neighborhoods around there, and they are older neighborhoods, been there a long time, predominantly low income, because you live next door to a refinery, because that shit's pumping out crap all. Yes, it
shopping
is.
Center.
But a lot of them have had been able to sell their houses here recently because, well, and the bottom line is because oil and gas. Well, on a side note though, because they're building a new bridge, our harbor bridge, the one that goes across the harbor, is old and dangerous. And so it was on the list that, hey, we got to fix this shit anyway, when the main priority became a new refinery that was being built up here on the ship channel. And it is a major refinery of chemicals, and it needs big ships to get to it. And so we are getting a new bridge mainly to be able to allow larger ships into our port. Corpus Christi is the 5th largest port in the United States, and it is oil and gas, baby. Lots of it. And so we're getting a new bridge. As a matter of fact, we were just discussing it the other day. They're fixing to connect the two sides. They've been building this for years, been coming together like this. They're getting close to the point that they're going to actually make a connection. So we're all waiting on that.
Sounds like some of that Joe Biden infrastructure
I
money.
believe, some of that infrastructure money has been making its way down here. Hey, I want to thank Alan Roberts, who just came in with $2 Canadian, which means it's about $5,000, I think, and said, long, hard year ahead. Don't drop the ball now. Baby. And Alan, thank you so much for my funny times. I used to get it from another Blue Dot. It just stopped. You picked up the ball on that, and I just appreciate the shit out of it because I get tickled out of that thing every month. So, Alan, thank you for that. Where were we?
You want me to upset you?
What rat were we kicking?
Oh, I just seen young Turks. They occasionally have, the start of their show, they have 5 or 6 MAGA nuts on the interview in the street and talk about infrastructure. the interviewer asked one of these MAGA nuts, and what do you do for a living? Oh, I lay bitumen. Oh, so you would be getting plenty of work now and your job's pretty assured through Biden's infrastructure plan. That must make you pleased. No, Biden stole that from Donald Trump. Donald Trump had that plan and he was about to bring it in. And Biden got it, and now he's using Trump's plan. So that's the little thing that they're using now, is that plan
Trump would
was
have done
Trump's plan that he'd been talking about.
Trump farted one day and it smelled just like this plan. Are you shitting me? Shut up.
They have to do that because they don't have a platform to run on.
They don't have any plans.
No, they don't.
Everything they probably will go. Oh yeah, we were thinking of that. We were thinking of that before they thought of that. They just beat us. They cheated. That's what
they wish they had a Biden of their own. That's what they do. They wish they had a Biden of their own.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I didn't see one last night. I did not see one out of that group last night. I didn't see anybody up there. I want him to be my president.
Well, here's the thing. They're so brainwashed that they actually think that we are doing the things that they justify themselves doing. They think that we're sending fentanyl in the mail. They think that we're stealing votes. They think that we're gerrymandering.
And that's the whole key. That's the whole key, Uncle Fatty, is they project exactly what they're doing.
When you sit around and you watch something like Fox News, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, yeah, that's all you're going to get is that the evil Democrats, those, the commie liberals are.
The danger is who they're talking to. And we all know some of the mentality of these people. The people that would put fentanyl. The people that would go shoot up something. Yeah, I worry about that shit because the right will pump them up real hard. Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing.
The Supreme Court's right behind them.
Yes.
Speaking of the
nice,
we got the
Supreme Court was right behind them. Sorry.
Oh, all right, go ahead, Uncle Patty.
The Seattle area up here has got more fentanyl per capita than anywhere else in the nation. That's kind of the main port going up into Vancouver, up into Canada, as well too.
Is that a port of entry?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's one of the main. If you're going to Alaska, you're going to come through Seattle and then go through Vancouver. You're really actually through Canadian as well. There's a lot of border patrol and stuff, but at the same time, like from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, you've got 3 or 4 ports that can haul big, container ships for the most part. But then you got the Columbia River that everybody's coming up, and I'll tell you what, guys, it's freaking scary how much fentanyl is up here.
It is. It is scary.
Around the bar, and he comes over and says, "Hey, man, you got a blue?" And I said, "No, man, I smoke reds."
Yeah, I heard somebody commenting on it today.
No, dude, they're looking for little blue pills. Now, fentanyl is an opiate. Okay, it's not a speed, and it is dangerous to touch. But it's I hate to say it, but it's really been super hyped by the right wing on how dangerous it is to touch. And yes, it is dangerous. Yes, it can kill you. But micronic, not so much. So 16 different election offices in Oregon and Washington.
On Wednesday, workers from elections offices across Washington were evacuated from their buildings. This after employees found suspicious letters in King, Pierce, Skagit, and Spokane counties the morning after Election Day. In Renton and Spokane, investigators say white powder found in envelopes contained trace amounts of fentanyl.
And it was just trace amounts. It wasn't big amounts.
Right.
But like somebody asked, who's supplying it? They're not losing any money, you guys. There's so much money in that shit that for somebody to do something like this is absolutely no big deal.
And like they said, it was powder with
you know what?
Microbial amounts.
It's a federal crime to send that kind of thing through the mail.
And they do it all the time up here.
I am pretty sure that the federal government is on that shit, and they'll find them.
You know it. They will. 100% they will. They find them every year. This happens all the time.
They're not going to find it until we have a lot more tragedies in this nation, because it will.
Look, we already this nation is a tragedy. We have a person who's got 91 fucking federal felonies running for president. It's
and
already
according
a
to the polls,
tragedy.
half a country that want to put his
Shit.
ass back in there. Ain't it
Thank you.
sad? We have work to do. Let me thank Adam Hewitt. Adam, thank you. Just came in with a $5 donation and said, I just want to know during the debate if they are each fighting to win. Why didn't they go off on dump so they could have a chance to win? Because they're chickens. That's why, Adam. Adam, thank you very much.
Because
I
he's got the
appreciate that.
voters. That's why they don't go off on him.
That's who
Because
they
he's
are.
got the voters.
They're not
They
going to
wanna
attack
talk-
him. That's like chasing their voters down the street away from him.
Those people last night were auditioning for somewhere in his
Somebody
administration.
said they auditioned for vice president.
I don't even think it's
Hannity's
vice
got that
president
slot now.
because none of he would not want to turn the mic over to any of those people.
No.
Okay, and don't think that he's going to want to turn it over to Hannity. Okay, he's going to pick somebody who melds back into the background like Mike Pence did. Okay, because he blended with the background real good, and so Trump had all the oxygen in the room. And that's the kind of person that he's going to pick.
Yeah, but I really have to think about the
either
Hannity
that or
thing.
he picks his daughter.
I got to think about the Hannity thing because that might be up Donnie's alley because Hannity is a mouth and he would just pump the pom-pom for him all day long.
But Donald Trump is a fucking narcissist. And he ain't about to share the spotlight
You
with
got me there.
Hannity
He
ass.
is. The center of attention always has to be Trump. Always.
Yep. And take the power out of Trump, Sam, having Hannity on there.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Hannity or Tucker because both of them have their own platforms and their big mouths. He ain't about to share the limelight with anybody. He ain't that kind of a guy.
I think across the country, I think if you put somebody like Hannity or Tucker Carlson, the Republicans would lose. There's more sane people in this country.
Either one.
Yeah. I don't think Donnie's going to survive.
Well, how about some good news?
I'm hoping not. I mean, but again, he could run from fucking prison.
I would like to hear some good news, and I have some good news.
What good news do you have, Bernadette?
Well, we'll let Uncle Fatty go first.
Okay, well, thank you, ma'am. You don't got to do that.
You're welcome.
My buddy Steve that was over here a couple weeks ago chatting on with you guys.
Yeah.
Spread the word. We was talking about spreading the word and sharing this shit. All right. So if everybody shares this 2 times, and all 2 of those people share it 2 times, it only takes 17 days for it to reach 1 million people.
Right on.
Steve's been so stoked. He's been telling all our buddies. I'll bet you there was at least a dozen of my
Well,
friends.
make it go faster. Share 3 times.
They all voted straight blue down the road yesterday and day before yesterday. Didn't make a difference because we're a red state, but it did make a difference in the numbers just for a big FU. This town pumped over 10% of our numbers up to blue. Yeah, it was still only 35%.
Do I really think I have a shot here of getting a blue congressman? No. But will I go vote every time? You damn right I will.
You know it.
Hey, look at her. Karen Van Wyck just came in with a $3 donation and said, I wish it could be more. Darling, it is all I need, baby.
Oh, I must have missed that one.
It just floated right on in. Oh. Well, I don't know how it came through. It's got a different emblem there. That's not on YouTube. Well, I don't know, but however it is, I'm going to find out because I've never seen that little emblem. So, Karen, thank you very much. I don't know how you did that. So.
Sneaky.
I wouldn't have noticed except she said something, and now all of a sudden I look over there and there's not that little red YouTube thing. It's a... I don't know. It's a little thing over there. Anyway. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. Go ahead, Bernadette. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to walk on you.
Oh, I'll wait.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, tonight, we had a little baby girl be born into the family.
Are you shitting me tonight?
Yes. So I want to give a shout out to my niece and my nephew, Stacy and Tristan, and welcoming little Elvira into the world.
Elvira.
Yeah.
Yay! A little new blue dot born into. There
She's
you
a
go.
good girl.
Outstanding.
8 pounds, 10 ounces.
8 pounds. That's good, healthy weight.
Yeah,
It's a healthy weight. Yeah.
Good. Outstanding. Elvira. I like the
Elvira
name.
is
I
born
like the
today.
name.
Yes.
Hey, let me thank Alan Roberts who came in here. Thank you, Alan. With $2.50 Canadian, which is again doing the math about I pay off my mortgage. Anyway, what dummy wants a wall between who? Again, between Canada and the USA. What idiot's saying that now? Are you shitting me? They want a wall.
I believe it was
last night.
Ramaswamy. Ramaswamy said some shit like that last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They were talking about it last night during the dumb debate.
It was
now you got the Berlin Wall.
Did I miss that part? There was one part I had to go to the restroom. Did I miss that? Because I didn't remember hearing about it. And I did. I watched the whole thing, except for one time I got up and went to the restroom.
It must
have been when it came out, because I don't remember hearing nothing about a wall between Canada and the United States. Are you shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who brought it up? Ramaswamy?
We got our right of
Probably Canada.
No.
If Trump wins.
Yeah, more than likely they will shut it down. But we got our governor sending our National Reserve down to the southern border.
Yes. Oh, a lot of states love to send their people down here to the southern border, down here in Texas, so they can guard us from the horde of tourists that are rushing across our border.
Did you see Marjorie Taylor Greene? She says she was bitching. This was about 6 months ago. Joe Biden, look at Joe Biden. He's caught so much more drugs. It just shows how much the drug trade picked up since Joe Biden. No, Joe Biden's fucking doing a better job at catching the drugs.
Yeah. I saw a little story about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Look how many drugs he's catching. Yeah. Look how many he's catching. Yeah, it's a problem this country has to face, baby. It's going to be a long road before we get anything fixed, as always.
We've got the same problem. Comes in through our ports, comes through the airport. It's not over any real borders like you guys say. It all comes through the port of entry.
No. Nobody's packing a backpack full of fentanyl across the desert in Arizona. They're coming in.
No, it's in picture frames and it's in
sure
China dolls and things like that. They put in containers.
Common commodities that are sent across the border every day. It's just mixed in there. Will they catch some of it? Yes, they will. Will they catch all of it? No, they won't.
No.
And
38 kilos of ephedrine that got busted in Seattle here just a couple of days ago. That'll make $500,000. That'll make 500,000 pills, basically, make you about $6 to $8 million.
Yeah. Boy, howdy shit.
That's just crazy. That's just crazy.
That's the world we live in, baby.
The problem is that we have a society that just wants to escape the reality of this fucked up nation right now, and they're doing it with drugs. And
because a lot of them feel they have no.
And that's what's sad.
Yeah, where the road is just forked too much. There's too much on
pharma.
that plate.
Yeah, that's just sad.
Big pharma.
Oh.
The rehab centers are all defunded. You can't find a counselor that'll even take anybody for any type of addiction
Big
issues.
Pharma, baby. From the depths of your depression to the heights of your erection, they have a pill for whatever the fuck ails you. Let me thank Corey Barton, who just came in with a $5 donation. Corey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I guess we ought to wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody. Huh?
I'm heading out, guys. Have a great evening.
Uncle Fatty, take care of yourself. Thanks for stepping in, brother.
We got beef jerky going into the dehydrator, so I got blood all over my hands.
There you go. He's got blood on his hands. Anyway.
Little deer jerky.
Outstanding. Outstanding, brother.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, buddy got a cow elk down, and what we got 2 or 3 deers that are all going through the grinders and the slicers.
I must say, it's one of the few things I miss about living in where we used to live in Freer was, a lot of deer meat on the table, because that's what, there's no charge for that when you go, anyway.
You sexy blue dots, have a great evening.
Hey, Uncle Fatty, take care of yourself, and thank you for coming in.
Thank you much.
All right.
You know it.
Let's go down the list. Dave, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much, brother. We appreciate it.
Just a kind of a little thing there. Kentucky, every time there's been a Kentucky Democrat, there's been a Democrat reelected in office.
Well, let's hope that holds true. And
Me too.
Bill Jones just said, get involved and make a difference. Vote blue.
Yep.
I think everybody has.
Aaron did it. She
That's
won.
what Aaron did.
That's
Yep,
right.
and she won.
And she won.
She's gonna make a big difference.
I love it.
In Monroe.
That's a hell of a
I
story.
love it too.
Makes me smile.
I really do think the signal is out there, and I think people are seeing it now. Their eyes are open, and they realize it now. If you look, I mean, the winds are just coming across the board right now.
Things are in. There's change in the wind, brother. We just have to keep blowing because we got to make it happen.
We got a long road to hoe. We got
Yes,
a
we
whole
do.
nother year, and we ain't done yet.
We just now getting cranked up. Let me thank Corey Barton, who just came in with a $5 donation. Corey, thank you very much. All right, Dave, and then we're going to go to Ed. Ed.
Yes, John.
Thank you for coming in, brother. I appreciate it tremendously.
It's a pleasure, John. It's great to be back after doing a couple of nights of work and everything, but it's great to be back.
Well, make sure you don't...
Ozzy Dave, it's great to hear from you.
Indeed.
Good to hear your voice, Ed. We missed you.
Yes, thank you all. And Bernadette, congratulations.
Thank you.
Uncle Fatty,
I'm
Dave C.
I'm so glad I didn't have to do it. That was 13 hours of labor. Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, you're done with that shit, huh?
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet Adam Hewitt, Uncle Fatty, and Dave C., Little Gallagher. It was good to meet you all. It's great to see everybody again.
Feelings mutual.
Indeed. Feelings mutual. So come back, buddy, when you get a chance. Every time you get a chance. We'll be right here.
Will do.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
You night.
And let me see. Adam.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in, brother. I appreciate it.
You bet, man. I'll see you a little bit later in the old Blue Dot room.
We will. We'll be over there in just a few minutes. We'll continue
appreciate
this
what you're
conversation.
doing. You damn tootin'.
I appreciate that, brother.
All right, man. We'll see you over there in a couple minutes.
All righty.
All right.
And
You bet.
Aussie Dave.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate it. Anytime you wander up here.
I told you, every time I drive past, I see the light on, I pop in.
There you go.
And I seen your light on.
Well, when we see you coming, we turn the damn thing on.
I know. That's why I approach with the headlights off.
There you go. Just keep
it past my headlight.
All right, Dave. Thank you very much, brother. We appreciate you.
Good night, guys.
Good night. And to Linda Gallup. Thank you, Linda, for coming in.
Mm-hmm. I might pop into the blue room.
I hope so. That's where
Possibly.
I'm headed to.
Yeah.
This conversation isn't over. It's just fixing to light up a little bit more.
That's good. Everybody go over to the blue room.
Everybody goes to the blue room. Linda, thank you for coming in.
No problem. I'll see you guys Tuesday.
All right. And Mr. Chick, got anybody you want to call out tonight?
Well, I got some followers.
We got followers? New family members.
I didn't grab the shit sharers tonight.
Who are our new family members?
Well, they're not necessarily new. They're followers on your Facebook. So we have John Richards from Texas. Gary Lovi. Lovey? Yeah, I don't know. Tennessee. Willie Monk from Louisiana. And Shane Cullen from Wisconsin. And Shauna Slaughter from Kentucky.
From Kentucky. We need these people.
We need these people. We need these family members.
Indeed.
It's important.
And those numbers keep going up. I'm impressed.
And next time we need to talk about the flip-flops that are going on before the 24 election. There's House incumbents that are retiring we need to talk about. And then there's some that are deciding to up their game and run for Senate instead. So we got to talk about all that.
We got a lot to talk about between now and
we need to keep those spots. We don't want to lose those spots.
Got to keep it in your head. Don't have to be the forefront. You got to drive the car. You got to make the dinner and all that other shit. But keep that shit up in your head because it's going on every day. Miss Chick, thank you very much.
You're welcome, John. And as always,
what?
We need to vote like our life depends on it.
Why?
Because it does.
It does, baby. It does. That's why we're here. To save everybody. Anyway, thank you, darling. And Bernadette.
Yes.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Everything going on.
Let's just keep voting blue. We got this if we just keep voting blue, no matter what.
And well, we appreciate you adding to the voter rolls.
Yes, I'm working on it. And I was just telling the chat that, and when she's old enough, I'm going to show her how she was welcome.
There you go, baby. Well, that just put a cherry on the whole top of the evening. Elvira.
Yeah. Elvira.
Elvira, I love it.
She is so beautiful.
I bet you're going to post a picture when you can.
I will when I can.
Well, now wait, does that put the littlest blue dot in jeopardy?
Well, she doesn't even know
it will take a while. By then, the littlest blue dot, hell, he's going to be,
He'll be damn near grown. He'll be a grown-ass man, dog.
That's it. All right. I love you, Bernadette. Love you, Miss Chick. I love all of you. Those names going by, those that support our show so faithfully, we appreciate you so much. Those that come in and donate, thank you so much. It keeps us afloat, and we appreciate that. We will be back here again. Wait a minute. Today's Thursday. Mañana is Beer and Bud Friday, so put the beer on the ice. Get ready to put the bud in the bowl and all that shit. I'll be back on Friday, and then we'll be back here again for another meeting on Sunday night. So put it on your calendar, baby. And that is Veterans Day. So enjoy your Veterans Day weekend, and always keep them in your
Support
heart,
your
baby.
veterans, people.
That's right,
You
baby.
don't have to thank them. You need to support them.
That's what you should do. Yeah, there's not that many of us around
We
anymore.
can do that by voting blue.
We do.
Absolutely.
Anyway, y'all take care of yourself, and we will see you later. Bye. Y'all say bye.
Bye.
Bye.